Welcome to the HalfBaked podcast. This is episode 1, pretty much a podcast with a group of friends having some unique conversations with some topics with a mic in the middle. And in this podcast, we're going to have Louie, the Gooey, or as we know him as Lewis, Davey Frickin' Wavy, also known as Dave, myself, John, or JP, or JZ Penny, and Mateo. Unfortunately, we did not bake any brownies, but our goal is while we're making this podcast, we're going to bake some brownies or cook something, and then we'll just call it like the meal of the day or something like that. But yeah, here's the episode. I'm going to stop talking. Let's jump right in with nightmares.
I was always aware of my nightmares, so I was never scared.
Oh.
At any point. Like, I've had some, like, really fucked up shit going on. Like, there was this one where there was this, it was almost like a Freddy Krueger type thing, except he had a gun. And he was, like, hunting down all of my family. But it literally, like, I wasn't scared at all. So when he finally got to me, I was just like, fuck off, dude.
Right.
and like,
he just went home.
Yeah, like, he couldn't do anything. He shot me, and I was just like, what are you doing?
What are you doing, bro? I'm fucking dreaming here.
But that was like with every single nightmare that I ever had.
So I was always got scared?
No, I was always aware it was a nightmare, but it didn't make it less, like, it's still, like, consistently came.
Dude, I don't know. For me, that's happened to me where I know that it's a nightmare. I'm still fucking scared.
Really?
Right.
And then you know what's the worst is, like, in the dream, you hear, like, that eerie music, like the, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
I don't get that.
You don't get that shit?
No. My brain isn't that cinematic. And
especially because, you know, remember I told you in the one dream where I couldn't swing?
Right.
Yeah.
That's if I have any physical encounter in any of my dreams, I can't swing my arms. I can't fight back.
That might have something to do with you.
Yeah, you might be like...
But back to the eerie music, I did have that eerie music shit when I had a nightmare.
Was it with me in it?
Yeah, when you were trying to kill me. I had a dream where...
It bleeds over.
Yeah, I had a dream I was like a secret spy, and John was a secret spy, and I ended up killing John.
Ooh.
So I go home, and I'm in my bathroom, and I'm washing my hands. I turn around, and I hear the music playing, and then that's when John popped out, just scared the fuck out of me. I woke up.
So there is multiplayer dreams.
Something like that.
Well, I didn't dream it, so not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. But imagine that shit, though.
Right, yeah. You had the other end of his dream.
Yeah, and what if, like, the reaction, like, bro, I was in the bathroom, and you were like, yeah, you were!
Yeah, multiplayer dreams sound crazy. When we get Neuralink, that'll be a crazy thing.
I'm a name, bro.
Dude, Neuralink is scary. Because remember, like, I was talking about how our reality, like, our dreams are literally just electrical signals in our brain, right?
Right.
And then that's like physically the way our brains react. It's the same exact thing as our true reality. There's no physical difference in our brain. That's why we can remember dreams, just like we remember real life. And like the fact that Neuralink would be able to alter our reality, like literally, it would be able to alter our reality.
It'll be like plugging into the Matrix.
Yeah.
What is that supposed to be that you can?
So the purpose of Neuralink, at its basic form, is to improve our lives. 'Cause with things like, so like for example, you know, like prosthetics with like people that lose hands.
Yeah.
It'd be able to have a true prosthetic that is like literally
full muscle control.
Full muscle control. It's like unidentifiably different. It'll look different, but like you'd be able to control and feel everything like it's.
Okay, I thought it was that
like
shit where you, like, if you were to die, you could fucking plug in.
You go up in the cloud?
Yeah, you go up in the cloud and all your fucking shit is up there.
Like, going beyond that, it'll also be able to fix things like, I can't remember what it's called, but the type of blindness that when there's nothing wrong with your eyes but you're still blind, it's a brain problem. They'll be able to cure that because it's all electrical signals, like that, like I said. And, they'd be able to basically anything. They'd be able to cure things like Alzheimer's, like anything that is strictly your brain malfunctioning. They will be able to fix.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
But now, how can this be like a dangerous thing?
Because like
it's a chip that goes in your
it's literally going to be implanted in your brain and send electrical signals to fix these things. Okay. And like I was saying, our actual reality is just electrical signals. Right. Everything we experience right now, me talking, you listening, it's all electrical signals in our brains. Mm-hmm. And they're able to alter that.
Well, I wouldn't want to beta test it.
I would.
Oh, I would not.
I would.
Without
because,
a doubt, I would
but it's safety is the number one priority, obviously.
Right.
But
I mean, somebody's got to be the first guy to get a chip.
I'm sure people would.
They have
Damn.
Elon
it
Musk,
in a
maybe?
pig.
You could try it on.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
They have it in a pig already.
So
Really?
Yeah.
Are they able to puppet the pig around yet?
No. It's just all like sensory stuff, like being able to tell what the pig is feeling.
Really?
Now. Yeah.
What did they read at Charlotte's Web?
But now how now how can this be dangerous though? Like imagine like this
So,
shit
like-
happening, bro. Like imagine having someone access to every single fucking thought you had.
Right.
You know how many criminals you could catch with
Oh,
that
Yeah,
shit?
you can't wipe the search history there.
Nah, unless you kill yourself or some shit.
But
Nah, they still
what if
got
they're able to like?
They do. You can't even fucking
Try to
say
kill
I'm
your-
done and croak.
Try to kill yourself, they'll wake you up.
Oh my god.
Nah, you're not doing this shit today. Boop, wake the fuck up. Dude.
What was that?
Oh, it's crazy, dude. But there's more positives to it too. Like I realized this yesterday while I was at freaking trucking school. Not yesterday, but whatever. A couple days ago, like communication is an actual like terrible like we're terrible at communicating.
Right.
We're better than every other animal. Well, most other animals in theory. Like there's like crazy shit from dolphins, but anyway, we're better than any other animal, but like we're still like super inefficient. Right? Because I have to decompress my thoughts into words.
Right.
And then I have to turn those words into using my voice box and
Right.
and now
the
now,
muscles
of your
tongue.
now you have to hear that stuff
You
and
gotta
then
process it.
compress it and then form your own thought about what I'm saying.
Right.
But that's
It's
all
very-
happening like this though.
Yes, but it's still
Right.
super inefficient. Imagine this is how I kind of like it unlocked for me in my brain while I was at trucking school. I was like, imagine if he could literally just instantaneously give me all the information I need, communicating some other way through the Neuralink, all the information I need to be able to drive the truck, like all instantaneously. You know what I mean? Just because we're so inefficient, he has all that knowledge. He can, in theory, give me all that information, but we're so inefficient at doing it that he has to explain it to me
Right.
with his words.
Then you gotta waste months in the classroom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He could just email it to you.
Yeah, pretty much with his brain.
But how would that affect society at that point, dude?
Well, you
Like,
Oh,
just
it's gonna
like-
be completely different. It's gonna change everything.
People would be far lazier.
People will be far smarter.
Yeah.
We would have.
Remember that shit? Hold on, the shit that you see in like the future movies where it's like everyone's fucking just fat.
Yeah.
And they're just like this.
Like Wally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's just fuck. Like, do you think that's a possibility?
I don't think so.
Do you think like you get to a certain point in like your society developing that you don't need to like you get to a point like, oh well, your health doesn't matter because we have technology to help compensate that shit.
I feel like there's gonna be a point where people are gonna see the fat coming, and nobody's
Exactly.
nobody's getting surprised by it.
No.
I don't think that's a.
Well, I think that happens now. I feel like back then there was a lot more fit people than.
Well,
Yeah.
not in the Renaissance. It was fit to be fat in Renaissance.
Was it?
It
Yeah.
was actually
Like
even
healthy?
It was like it was
Even-
considered sexy. You know, like
Yeah.
Or royal?
Yeah.
yeah.
It
Like-
meant that
like
you
kings
had
were
something.
fat, yeah.
I mean,
Look at
it that thought of beauty actually dates back even to prehistory. There are like prehistoric little statues of fat women, and it's like the sign of fertility and riches, and people would seek out fat people because they know where the food is and they can get it reliably. You know that is what a stable person would look like.
So
you
what
know?
happened? What was
Somebody
that
with
shift?
a little meat on their bones.
How did
Well-
that shift happen?
Well, food became easy, so now people are looking for the next thing that's hard to do. Well, now what's the hard thing to do when it's so easy to get food? The harder thing to do
Get fucking ripped.
is get
Yeah.
ripped. So now people value that because that means that's what a successful person looks like.
So what's up with this like slim thick movement?
Slim. I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know. I think that just comes with the internet. So you were talking about trucking school. How is that going?
It's going good.
Great.
I'm really excited to go on the road and just like live on the road and make money.
Cool.
Like,
So how does that work? Do you buy your own truck and then companies start looking at you for moving?
no,
Things, or do
I'm
they-
gonna work for a company.
Okay, so they provide you with a truck and
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like subcontracting, I guess, except even more basic because I'm still an employee. Although my uncle does own his truck that he drives for the same company, but that's like a next step up. you
Right.
know.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to do it because like make a crap ton of money and see the entire country, like you know.
That seems interesting, dude. And it's like a lot of people like to do that. I don't know, like it's crazy when you realize different personalities there are in the world. Like there's people that want to like travel and like for me personally, like, I don't want to leave the city.
I definitely want to leave the city.
Well, like
I want to leave the state.
You want to leave
Where
the
do you
state?
want to go?
I don't know, just
New Jersey.
that's not far enough. But I would want to go to some place where I can get a lot of land for the money that I'm spending here.
Go to
Arkansas.
Bucks, Coyote.
I'm going Arkansas.
Anywhere like where there's just farmland. To be honest,
Well,
with you. Jersey could be one.
I'm not going to Jersey.
Yeah, but Jersey's too expensive.
It depends. My old boss, he lives in a fucking bumblefuck Jersey, dude. Shit ton of land, really nice house. He rents like half of his. He has like 11 acres or something.
Okay.
Rents a good amount of that just to farmers, and he just makes profit from that.
Sweet.
And it's not too far out.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I've been all over Jersey, so I've probably been to where he was.
What's it called? I don't remember what it was called, dude. It was just a bunch of like, dude. Literally, there wasn't gas stations.
Oh wow.
It was
for a while.
It was literally just trailer repairs, like tractor repairs.
Okay.
Like every corner. Every corner was just tractor repairs. I was like,
Yeah.
wow. But back to what I was saying, dude. Like for me, like I don't want to like leave, but I meet a lot of people that are like, oh, like you're young, you know, go travel, do this all this shit. I was like, I don't want to fucking do that.
I mean, if you give it a try,
I do
then you
want to
find out,
travel.
yeah.
No, like I do want to travel, but like, dude, like even people when I went to school with, they're like, oh, I want to like just experience something, live a new life.
Yeah.
And one of my buddies is living in Alabama. The other guy's in Texas.
Yeah.
Right.
The other kid went from New York to DC.
Yeah, don't you have a buddy from Alaska?
That's Jeremy. He's not he's like one of the staff members there, but he has a house in Alaska.
That's cool.
I mean, like when I say house, like at first I thought like like an actual house. Like it
more
is.
like a cabin.
It's pretty run down.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's because you can't do much there. Like
Right.
anything that you need to fly. So it's not like, oh, you know, like if you have a house here, and like you have the money, you're like, oh, I want to
just go
build
to
like
Home
I want to
Depot.
build an addition. Yeah, let me go to Home Depot and get lumber.
Now.
Right.
You have to fly the lumber
Yeah.
over, and those planes can't carry. You're at a weight capacity.
Right.
That's
So
crazy.
it's not like it's like, oh yeah, let me go to Home Depot. It's like, okay, I need to plan this to get material over there. But he goes fishing for salmon.
Yeah.
He says that he has to like fight off bears. It's insane. Like I want to do. He invited
like to
me
do
and
that.
Tom to go because we're carp shop students, and he was like, yeah, like it would be awesome to send some guys there to like help me build. I was like, I would love to go to fucking
go.
Alaska. Not to live there, obviously, because like I said, I don't
For
want
a
to.
certain
But
amount of
just like a
time,
good time. He goes there like 6 months out of the year,
Yeah.
and just fucking
I would go
Fishes
there for like
salmon?
a month or two, even longer.
Yeah, I would go up there just to visit. You know.
It's awesome, dude. Iceland. I'd love to go to Iceland. I heard it's expensive though.
Okay.
Well, Iceland's green, isn't it?
Yeah.
You mean Greenland?
No, Greenland's all ice.
Yeah.
yeah.
Iceland is they have the ground is so hot you could like cook. Like
Oh my God.
if you dig into the ground,
Wow.
And
you,
it's called
we
Iceland.
saw this.
Yeah.
Like Gordon Ramsay did it.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
you
on his show Uncharted.
you could bake a bread. You could literally like put like the dough in like a pot, dig a couple feet into the ground, put it in there, and you could bake a bread. The show that me and Louis saw, Down to
Zac
Earth,
Efron, yeah.
they cooked eggs in they boiled eggs because you could scoop it and then the water would be so boiling you could throw eggs in there and cook eggs that way.
Yeah, that sounds.
I want to do that shit, dude.
All right, we got to throw that on our list, man. We got to do that.
I heard it's expensive though. I heard
Right.
it was expensive to go there.
Right.
But the shit dude, it's and the views, dude.
Listen.
It's insane. It's like Christmas all year round.
I want to buy a DSLR just to.
What's that?
Camera.
It's a camera.
Camera.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, they also have that lake there where it has like healing properties.
Yeah.
I don't believe
at
that.
Iceland.
It's like a saltwater.
I forget. I
Okay.
forget. I would have to read.
It has
It's
Yeah,
water
but
from a
it's-
mountain.
Okay, it's like
Nah, I don't know.
okay.
It's weird. They have a resort there. It's like an actual resort. But that's I would like to go there. To
Like
stay
a hot,
there.
like a hot spring.
Yeah, and there's like just like figuring out their culture is crazy because it's
Yeah.
like it's apparently like you before you get into the hot tub, you go into you sit into like this tub just freezing cold water, and it's just like for discipline. And then you can like relax, or, like and it helps like your muscles. I don't remember the terms of it, but I'm like, dude, like I wanna go and do that shit.
Evidently, doing that's like actually really healthy, and that's why they got like the healing
Probably.
It's like going into like straight up ice water regularly is supposed to be like healthy. Weirdly, like I think it's weird. I don't understand
Yeah,
it.
we saw-
I need
It
to learn more
boosts
about
your
it.
immune cells, is what I've
Yeah,
read.
Yeah.
It rockets your immune cells.
Yeah.
It makes you more alert.
We saw a lady on Naked and Afraid doing ice baths one episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where they were. Somewhere.
They went to
maybe-
Alaska.
All right, cool.
There you go.
Naked in Alaska.
We're green.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's cool. The way he was in the pictures he showed me, he said that bears are really smart, and like that's why you had to be super conscious of where you cooked, where you fished,
Because they'll steal it.
because they'll steal it or they'll remember your routes,
Oh my
and
god.
they'll fucking hijack you. Dude.
They'll run up
Fucking
on
bears will hijack you,
Out of the car, fellas.
Yeah, they'll straight up heist you.
dude. Like he says, like it happened to one of his friends where he did a lot of trips. But he wouldn't like cover the fish properly,
Right.
And he'd fish, walk to his cabin, and do this for a couple days.
Yeah.
Little did he know that this bear, or he would see him in the distance, but he didn't think much because he went too far. And he like realized like
They were
as the
staking
days,
him out.
dude. And then one day, dude, he's walking. The bear's like right there, and he's like, "Oh well, fuck this. I'm not fishing today."
Right.
Yeah.
Go into like relax. Next morning goes, the bear's still fucking there.
Wow.
Right.
You remembered that crap.
It's crazy.
I'm like, what? Like you get mugged by bears. Like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do with a bear?
It's like
Everyone goes with a gun, but like, what are you gonna do with a bear if you don't have a gun?
Right.
the
Or
bear
even
figured
if
out
you-
a cheat code. That's what it is. He's got hacks, you know. He's like,
Yeah, it's insane. They'll find their way into like houses.
Yeah, I've seen security camera video
Yeah.
of bears just getting in people's houses.
what about like Russian bears? You seen the videos of
Russian
like Russian bears?
I don't know. And another story from the bear dude. There's I guess it was one of the older bears because usually what people do is they would shoot their gun to scare the bear.
Yeah.
And I guess this bear already knew that was just bluff.
Right.
So they would come at him. He would shoot his gun. The bear was like, "Oh, you're not gonna fucking shoot me."
Right.
And would just charge at him. And he said that he had to go and actually shoot the bear.
Yeah. Are you not allowed to shoot the bears? Is that why he didn't in the first place?
Well, I'm assuming it's for self protection. Well, he saved the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
guy's life.
Well,
But I mean, like
I also think
initially, that's why he wasn't. You know what I mean? Like it was.
I don't know. I don't know the laws on that. I just know that that's he told us that would the way to do it is you wouldn't shoot the bear. You would just shoot up in the sky and they would run off. But this bear was like, I guess he's been through it multiple times. He was
I'm
like,
telling you, they have cheat codes.
yeah,
he fucking knew.
he's over it. This is a veteran bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And bears could teach other bears how to do this shit,
Oh my
dude.
God.
Like
Give them
drawing
routes
lines.
and shit,
Remember I was
dude.
talking about
lines
this
in the
communication?
snow. Yeah.
I was
pretty
talking about how
crazy.
we're so inefficient at communicating.
You want to join the podcast, Wesley?
Huh?
You want to join our podcast?
No, but I'll listen.
All right.
How about you give me some food?
Yeah.
What you got?
Come closer before you tell us.
Huh?
General Soul.
General
Nah,
Source.
if you don't want any, then let me know.
Come take some.
Nah, just let me know when you don't want some.
some.
Just let me know.
Come take some.
So who's Larry Lawton?
So this guy I ran into on YouTube, he is a convict that did, bless you, that did 12 years in prison for, he's known as the biggest jewel thief in America.
Interesting.
And he joined the mob when he was like fucking 12. But now the thing is, I don't know the full story on like why he wasn't like made or whatever, but like basically he was like into bookmaking and loan sharking. He went to the Coast Guard, got injured, and he needed to make money, and that's how he would do it. But the shit that he talks about in prison, dude, blows my mind. I saw a movie Shot Caller because of him.
What kind of stuff does he say?
Yeah.
Dude, like just stories about how they treat him, how the system fucked him. Because he was explaining in one of his episodes, he accumulated a certain amount of points to get him only to a medium security prison.
Mhm.
But because he didn't rat, they put him in a max in a penitentiary
Right.
for 12 years.
That's crazy.
And bro, he was saying stories on like Con Air. So he was from Florida, and it's called diesel therapy. And so what he explains is they would put you in a plane, and he would tell the younger kids not to eat any food in the plane because there's no bathroom. And he said that he's seen people have like their like insides burst because they were holding their shit. He's seen people just shit their pants in general. And he was like, I'd rather starve for fucking 2 days than have to like deal with that.
Mhm.
So anyways, he was going to Atlanta, Georgia, and they ended up landing there, but they didn't let him get off. And they took him like to a couple other fucking trips. and then back to Georgia, just as like cruel punishment.
Right.
He was telling stories how guards would just beat the shit out of him. And he was saying that it was like all bullshit. He was saying like in the movies where they say like they don't hit you, there's like it was all bullshit. He actually has a story of when a guard literally pissed in his face.
Really?
Because he was writing to the senator about the cruelties that happened in prison. And the warden was like, look man, like stop writing these letters, like you're bringing too much attention to this, whatever. He was like, no, I don't want to do it, I'm going to continue writing. They put him in the hole. They put him like one of those like where you're strapped like all fours.
Okay.
And some guy literally pissed on his face.
Why do they even have that in jail?
Why is that even allowed, right? Like you wouldn't think like how is that
Well,
like
it's not allowed.
It's
it's not allowed at all, but how do people just like
Get
not
away
even,
with it.
and people don't I feel at least like I don't know, dude, like yeah, you might have fucked up in the past, you know,
Right.
but I don't think any human being deserves like that. I mean, obviously there's fucking scumbags out there, right?
Right.
That fucking belong in jail. And like even he says he's like I belonged in jail. Like
Well, so that's what I was gonna talk about when you said that. Like, there's people that belong in jail. The thing is like I don't believe that there's any person that truly wants to hurt other people inherently.
Yeah.
Right. Like there's like a rumor that that Hitler would never execute a person while looking at them. You know, like he would always make someone else do it. He couldn't look at someone in the eyes
Right.
and kill them.
I feel like that means he shouldn't be killing people.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's like, and then another thing, I was like, so the people that, so we see Nazis as such horrible people, right? Which they did absolutely horrible things. There's no denying that. It was absolutely terrible what they did. But to a Nazi, that is all they knew, right? They were told that they are great people and they're doing the world a justice. They're doing a good thing.
It's all psychological. Same
Yeah,
thing with
yeah,
the people, the people like Bin Laden and all those people that
It's
extremists. They were the same thing.
They thought they were
yeah.
being good people. If you
Yeah.
would have asked them what you're doing, like they're ignoring the pain they caused because they believed that it was right.
Yeah, they're doing
Right.
God's work.
Exactly. They weren't in their heads. They weren't bad people.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
I mean, I get that when I still think that a lot of people do know that they're like, for example, this guy Larry Long, he knew. He says it when he makes these videos. He's like, I know that I was a fucked up person,
Right.
and he belonged to be incarcerated. But he was saying like, I don't know. I agree with like they shouldn't treat. They fed him. So he went into jail in 1997.
Mhm.
They were feeding the inmates Desert Storm meat from 1992.
Oh my.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
fucked
Yeah.
up, dude.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't. At least fucking try to do a little bit better in that way, or at least help the people.
Well, but here's the thing: the guards are probably thinking like, "Well, this guy's a scumbag." Is like they're kind of like the Nazis of the situation. They think they're doing the right thing, you know, like inherently because that's a bad person. I'm treating him bad. This is right.
Right.
Kind of thing.
They think
You know
it's
what I mean?
justice.
They're ignoring the fact that he's still a living person, and
Yeah.
and maybe he's better, maybe he isn't. Regardless, they're ignoring that. They're choosing to ignore that because they believe they're doing the right thing. You know what
But
I mean?
I see.
To me, it's lying to yourself about the reality of the situation. That's how I feel. I think that if they just took a step back and was like, I'm actually hurting this person, feeding them this freaking 8-year-old meat. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Dude, but
that's
I don't know, man. I think at the
It's
same time you still gotta have heart. You know what I mean? When you're into that, like I feel like
that's what I'm saying. Like, you should take a step back.
yeah.
Remove any justification there is
well,
for your
It
actions.
could also just be the power. I mean, like you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
heard about the prison Stanford
Yeah,
experiment,
yeah.
right? I
Yeah,
think it
that's
also
the-
has to do a lot with power as
For
well.
the listeners,
Like
that
they're
don't
just doing it
underst-
because they can.
for the listeners that don't understand what that is, do you want to explain it?
Yeah, so prison Stanford experiment was they had two groups, right? The prisoners and the guards.
They're college
Of
kids.
students.
They're college
Of students,
kids.
yeah. They got interviewed and basically they wanted to see the psychological effects of both situations of being an inmate or a guard.
Mm-hmm.
So what ends up happening is the guards abuse way too much their powers, and they're giving rules before going into this.
Right.
And
like,
it was
scenario.
supposed to be like hyper realistic, like it's an extended period of time. I think it was a week or something, or
Yes.
multiple weeks.
I think it was like a week or two. It wasn't too long.
Yeah, and they're they're put into the roles to be as realistic as possible. It's like they're trapped in there. They don't have access to talking to their family. Like it was all.
It was very realistic.
Yeah, but except for the guards, they got to go home.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
It was
right.
It was very.
But you can see like how they would abuse their power.
Yeah.
And just do some really fucked up shit, and vice versa, how the inmates would then get
Retaliate.
get that.
That us versus them mentality.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Even though these are their classmates.
Yeah.
Isn't
a
that
lot of them
crazy?
were friends before the event.
Yeah. I think it's a really good. It's a movie, right? There's
It was a real
experiment, but there's a movie for it.
Yeah.
That really like sets it in, and the doctor that ran it saw the infractions happening, and he was like, "No,
We have to complete this experiment.
let's see what's happening."
Yeah. I mean,
It's-
obviously,
Someone killed themselves, right? In the experiment, or
I
died.
certainly hope not.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I feel like in that situation, I don't know if I was the professor watching this happen. I don't know if I would stop the experiment or let it roll, because
The
if you stop the experiment and you go into review on a half completed experiment like that one, there is not a chance you're getting approved to try that again.
Yeah.
So at that point, in the professor's head, he was probably like, you have to let it go.
Right.
Because if you finish it, then you have all the data you need, and you won't have to ever do this again.
Yeah.
You won't have to expose any future students to this kind of treatment.
But at the same time, if the students that are going through it right now are suffering,
It only gets worse, yeah.
yeah, it's only going to get worse from here.
That's crazy. But like I was saying, back to the prison stuff, some guards probably don't even think. They might just be like, oh yeah, like he's doing his time, he's a good dude, but I have the power to fuck with him, so why not fucking do it?
Yeah. Exactly.
That could also be a thing. But like the thing is, and I'm sure that everyone knows this, why don't they try to enforce?
Why doesn't it self-police?
No. Like the government enforce more rules on not just because they enforce rules obviously on the inmates, just more rules on the people running it.
I feel like that's because a lot of the prisons in the United States are actually privately owned. They're not owned by the government.
Yeah, that's true. That's
No.
true.
No, there are privately owned prisons.
Yeah.
That should, I think, in that, and that's fucked up in a different different way.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
shouldn't
That's fucked
profit
up.
off
Yeah.
of.
The suffering of other people.
Regardless
That is fucked
of
up.
if
Yeah.
they're
Yeah, privately owned. I think that's fucked up too. Like I heard, and from same guy Larry Lawton, the private prisons would feed. This is how they would cut down costs.
Oh my gosh, I don't even wanna.
They would fucking feed their inmates a day for 3 meals, 50 cents.
Yeah.
50 fucking cents, dude. I mean, what the fuck can I eat with 50 cents? A lollipop?
Right. Well, they would have to save up for ages and ages at a time to be able to get
But
something worthwhile.
It would be Oh,
That shit's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. Like, so Larry was in the federal prison,
Okay.
and he was still seeing like that shit, dude. And that just like blows my shit. It's
Right.
crazy, and just the shit that he had to do to survive.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he was saying, like, so he went in '97, got out in 2006, 2007, something like that, whatever 12 years is. He was saying like what the government says is there's no segregation, there's no racism, and he's like, that's all bullshit. He was saying like everyone, it's you're with the whites, you're with the blacks, you're with the Hispanics, and prison guards preferred it that way
yeah.
because it was easier to control.
Yeah.
But just like psychologically, man, the stories you guys need to definitely check him out, dude. He had one of his friends. He was in the hole for 11 straight months because of writing letters.
And he's just Larry Lawton on YouTube?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Should be easy to find them.
So he was explaining that in the cell there was like a vent where you could talk to someone next to you in the hole, and he made friends with this guy. And he was explaining him like he could they would work out together. So he would do like a burpee, he would scream one, then the guy in the other cell would do the burpee, and he would do the burpee, and then he would scream one, and they were doing this.
Yeah.
And then one day in his story, he says that his buddy says, "Yo, Larry, I love you. I'm checking out." And he's like, "What the hell are you talking about? You're in the hole with me." And then he realized what that meant. And literally, like an hour later, the guy hung himself.
Oh my.
And like, there's no support for the people at the same time. You shouldn't just be able to punish them, but you should also be able to help them go back into it.
Well,
The way
there is federally mandated therapy and stuff,
That's
but it's all terrible. Like
It's all bullshit. Yeah.
yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that leads to the recidivism of the inmates that come out.
Then come back in.
Yeah, and then they go right back in because like they didn't receive good therapy on the way out, or whatever they needed on the way out, and then they get out and people treat them a certain way. They can't get jobs, they can't get this or that, and they can't talk to their family anymore.
It's so hard to break the system. It's so hard to break. It really makes you feel like everything is
Bro,
it's against you.
When you guys read into or listen to this guy and the shit that he's gone through, he said he felt safer in prison than when he got out.
Yes.
And I'm like, dude, you were literally saying that you would have to bring your shank to your bathroom,
right?
And you
hide
still
them
feel
all over the
safer
place.
there.
Yeah,
And it's crazy. Well, now he's adjusted. He's actually fighting for whatchamacallit. He studied a lot of the law. I forgot what the term is because they can't be called lawyers.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he like fights for people and people email him about.
Okay. He's like an activist.
Yeah, for prison reformation.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But yeah, that's with that guy, and I've just gotten into that whole shit, dude, because it's scary shit, dude.
You can really see how
You
get stuck in the system. Really,
without a doubt.
It's like once one little mistake, it just leads the rest of your life. It's insane.
Yeah, exactly. Or the guy that there's another story. I'll end it with this one. He was saying that he was going golfing, and he left his house at 4:30 in the morning, and the cop car pulled him over. And he was like, all right, whatever. And then like another cop car. So he's freaking the fuck out. And obviously I would too. I just got to jail and this shit's happening. And they bring a witness over and the witness says that's not him. Well, like, the thing that's so crazy is like what happens if the guy says it is him. And so what ended up happening, someone robbed the 7-Eleven. And I guess the car he was driving fit the description.
Right.
It's like you're already a felon. Like, how are you going to defend yourself? Who's going to believe that a felon at 4:30 in the morning is going golfing?
Right.
And then you're fucked. Right, that's it. You're fucked. Unless you have not even if you had a shit ton of money, you're fucked.
It's really as simple as that. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, I think you guys should check him out.
All right. Yeah, definitely. Just bring.
Oh yeah, so I just found out like I think it was 2 days ago how Donald Trump is in the hospital now because he has the coronavirus.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
He definitely got it. Got that Rona.
Well, what do you think about it then?
Well, I feel like if you don't wear your mask places that you're supposed to, and you advocate for people not to wear masks in public places, that kind of thing is just a matter of time. I feel like it's the right thing to say that we hope that he makes a full recovery, but we can't necessarily say that it wasn't earned.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want him to fucking die. I mean,
Right.
I don't wish death on anyone, but like at the same time, it's like, dude, like you get like, I'm not getting into this shit, bro. I'm not getting into this shit, bro.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
try
always
not
wear
to.
my mask. I don't really wear it because I believe in one thing or the other. I just wear it because other people don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not. I'm not wearing the mask for me. I'm wearing it for everyone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do have an interesting little story of a guy that he lives in literally a small room with another guy, and the one guy got corona. And, well, he was experiencing heavy symptoms of corona, but he was refusing to go to the hospital, right? And the other guy's living with him. He's like, dude, you gotta go get checked. This is not cool. I live with you. And he wouldn't do it, and he ended up living with him for a month. He eventually was forced to go get tested. He got tested. It came back positive, obviously, but the other guy living with him didn't get it, and there was like a lot of mask on mask in a small room.
Right.
You know,
Like, I heard-
and they were both older dudes too, so it wasn't even like they're like two young guys.
I heard there's different strains of COVID,
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
different types.
Yeah, definitely.
So he could have just had one that is not contagious.
Yeah, some strands of coronavirus actually can be treated with some of the chemicals that I use at work. Like I remember there being a disinfectant bottle at work where I would read the back and it would list all of the things that it kills.
Yeah,
all those types of.
Human coronavirus, right?
No, it said like canine coronavirus.
Coronavirus is not a new thing. That's
Yeah.
why we call it COVID-19 for 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think our Lysol said human coronavirus.
Yeah, but that was before this whole virus pandemic happened.
We read the bottle and it was like, it protects over human.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck's going on?
Well, the thing exists.
Okay. But anyways, back to you were saying the way you wear the mask. I think, like, the thing is, it's like, it's so insane, is people, like, argue about wearing a mask. It's like, look, dude, like, whatever you want to believe, you know, I respect that, but everyone has to fucking do it, all right? Yeah. Like, just shut the fuck up and wear your fucking mask, dude. Seriously.
At a point, it's not worth fighting the guy that works at Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, why are you gonna argue with some fucking lady at Whole Foods or at Target? Yeah. Stop complaining, dude. All right, this is what the situation you're in.
Yeah. You play the hand you're dealt.
Yeah, I mean, I do wear the mask. I don't have a problem with it. I don't care. But the argument is that it's infringing on our rights, which, in a literal sense, it is. It's unconstitutional with some of the stuff they've been doing. It's straight up unconstitutional. If we had an audit, it would fail. You know what I mean? So, it's...
I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, the thing is like, yeah, so it's, like, unconstitutional, but, like, at the same time, like, fucking... it is what it is. Like, you're not gonna... Just wear the fucking mask.
That's
I fucking hate wearing it, too, right? But I'm not gonna go fight my boss and be like, "This is un-American. I'm not wearing your." I'm getting fucking fired.
Right.
So like, what's that? You're gonna be a tough guy and be like, "This is America," or are you gonna wear your fucking mask?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
So, what's that? You want to defund the police?
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna touch on that. Actually, not on this podcast.
Why not?
Maybe we'll give it a little more time to think about what that means. Maybe we can I'll get on the same page on what exactly defund the police means when people are hollering it out in the streets before I...
Yeah, okay, that's true. We could definitely wait on that.
Yeah.
I know some people say, like, fucking delete the police. Like, I'm serious.
Well, anarchy.
Okay. I've known people, and I'm not going to say any names, that say, like, get rid of police. I'm like, what the fuck are you going to do when someone mugs you?
Yeah.
Go to your fucking counselor?
Yeah.
Good luck with that. What? So, yeah. So you're gonna just hold off on that, right?
Let's go back to dreams.
Hold off on talking.
Let's go back to dreams.
What do you want to talk about for dreams?
Let's go back to dreams. Let's talk about.
I think they should know at least like a little bit of why we're like laughing right now.
Okay, all right. So, I think we explained it briefly when the recording started, but on the TV. In front of all of us, we have a list of potential topics that we can bring up if the conversation starts to slow down too much, or if we just need to get away from a conversation that's spinning out of control. And it turns out that what we want to put on this list kind of goes off the rails itself. We had some interesting topics up on the TV there that we probably aren't going to get to anytime soon.
So here's two things I want to mention about some of the stuff that's on the screen. I'm not going to literally read it unless everyone's okay with it. Yeah. But I feel like we should be able to talk about anything as a group of friends.
Yeah.
Have any opinion about everything.
Right.
And we can either agree or to disagree or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, we should be able to talk about whatever we want to talk about.
I agree with that.
And in any situation, no matter what our views are, and we're all friends at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
I agree with that. Honestly, yeah.
Like if we couldn't be friends because of one of our opinions, then we shouldn't be friends.
Right.
That's how I feel.
One of my primary concerns is getting this podcast canceled on episode 1. My only other concern with the things we were putting up on the TV was that some of those things we already know will strike up arguments.
Oh yeah, I know.
They're hot topics between
but I do agree that
5 people in this room.
Look, so though, like at least in my personality, I don't give a fuck what people think. Right?
Yeah,
if I want to fucking say some shit, I'm gonna fucking say it. What are you gonna do?
Right.
Swat me?
Right.
You're a fucking bitch at that point.
No, they'll dig it up when you run for president.
That's just that's like a philosophy that I have in any conversation that I ever have.
Who gives a shit, dude?
Like,
at that point, it just boils down to maturity.
Exactly. That's
you know what I mean? Like, you're really gonna be a. Oh my god, I'm not getting into this, dude. Like, I get so much. Like, I get in so much scenarios, dude, where people are like, "Oh, you're voting for Trump. Well, fuck you." I was like, what?
Why?
What's your problem, dude?
Why?
So if I'm like, "Oh, you don't like waffles? Well, I hope you fucking burn."
Yeah. They go waffles or pancakes, and then you're afraid to tell them.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
I had this situation. My mom was telling me about. I'm not gonna say her political views, but her one of her best friends. When I say her best friends, he's like the only person that she talks to outside of her husband. Right? Like it's her best friend. And his political views don't align with hers, and she's afraid to explain her opinion. And I'm like, Mom, he's your best friend. Regardless of if your opinions differ, you should be able to have a conversation and still be friends at the end of the day. If you can't be friends at the end of the day, you shouldn't be friends.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so frustrating for me. I've had a conversation with someone, and they were like on Tinder, swiping, and one of the profiles of the guy says like Trump for 2020.
Right.
Like, oh, there's no way I'm dating that guy. It's like, okay, doesn't look good for you. Whatever, you're gonna just like. She said he's probably just an asshole. Like, so all people who support Trump are assholes.
Right. It's a prejudice. That's
Some
exactly
people,
what it is.
But it's the same person. It's the same person. They're like, oh, racism shouldn't be a thing. Like, prejudices are fucked up. I was like, you're doing the exact same fucking thing.
It's prejudice. It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's prejudging.
I mean, that's why a lot of people just say when you're having conversations with people not to bring up politics or religion because it's a polarizing subject and you don't know how the people you're talking to are going to respond about it. I feel like that might be a reason why we might not want to talk about these kinds of things on a public platform like this because it might polarize our audience and
It's
limit.
too late.
But
now.
I think that's
It's too late now.
Yeah.
I think that because even in this room, we probably all have different opinions.
Yeah, we definitely do.
I'll tell you this, dude. If someone's gonna react the way we're describing and listening to them, I don't want them to fucking listen.
Exactly. That's exactly that's where I was going with
True.
Who gives a shit?
They might not be our target audience then.
that. Exactly.
Like, what the fuck?
I think everyone should respect everyone else's opinion, and if you don't like that opinion, that's fine. You can explain why you don't like it as long as you're respectful about it, and then we can just like
truly respect them. Not just say, "Oh, I respect your opinion," and then call you an asshole.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Because then you're not.
Right, yeah, you're just writing somebody off at that point.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, that's something that I have personally I either don't have the conversation or I'm completely truthful. I don't try to bend the truth to like make you feel a certain way about me. You know what I mean? Like I just I'm gonna explain how I feel and that's it.
True.
If you don't like how I feel, that's fine. If you can't respect it, then thank you for leaving.
I think you're the asshole.
Right.
You just made yourself look like an asshole. At the end of the day, you're just a dick.
Yeah.
Right.
I like the format here where we just kind of have the podcast going. I thought about trying to make a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of us in the room actually do have some YouTube
Oh my gosh.
channel content. It's pretty funny.
No.
We're not gonna go into it.
I'm not linking mine. I'll tell you that shit, bro.
I don't think any of us.
I don't want any shout outs.
But it is pretty funny. It's actually incredible when you think about how much money these guys make.
Oh yeah.
OnlyFans, dude.
OnlyFans is blowing up. Actually, blew up this year.
I'm about to make one, dude. At this point,
It's
Put
all
some
about
toe
the queen.
pics.
It's all about the queen.
The Queen.
The queen.
Who's the Queen?
You know who the queen is?
Delphine?
Belle
Oh.
Delphine.
Okay.
She's the queen.
I thought you were talking about Mia Khalifa going
Oh,
to
no.
OnlyFans.
No.
She's on that?
She
is.
I wish.
She's
She is.
She posted nudes?
I don't know. I don't have it.
No, Bella Thorne.
Oh yeah.
Bella Thorne has one.
She
Listen to this fucked up
She
shit,
wrote
dude.
that shit.
Okay.
She was saying that like for all my OnlyFans, you get like my nudes or whatever.
Right.
Just ended up just model pictures.
Oh wow.
Like
So
it
people
was
pay for
literally just clickbait.
Yeah.
Belle Delphine did that once with a hub account.
Oh, she does that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except you don't have to pay for that.
No.
So I feel like I feel like it's funny when she does it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know,
she's all about the memes.
Yeah.
It's really. That's why she's the queen.
Yeah, I've actually never purchased an OnlyFans. Would you?
Neither have I.
Would you guys
I?
ever buy?
I would. No, dude. You got porn.
All right, let's say if their OnlyFans is $1.50 a month.
No.
There's no
I've gotten ads like that, dude. I've gotten, Pornhub was like, oh, you get this month for free or 99 cents. Like, I'm still watching porn for free now.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Newsflash, I beat my cock.
That's a polarizing opinion.
Yeah.
We have women over here that can't do that. All right. Can't be talking about that.
You can't talk about that?
Yeah.
No, but seriously, dude, like, for what, man? I mean, does it make you more... unless it's like a thing where it, like, turns you on more because you paid for it.
Well, yeah.
Well, I think what people are paying for is the ability to interact with the personality that they want and being able to know that their money is supporting the person that they want to watch.
That's true. I could see myself buying like a Patreon of a YouTuber or something. Yeah. And it's the same concept. I haven't personally done it, but I could see myself doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's the same concept. I enjoy whacking off to whatever I'm whacking off to. Right. So I'm gonna support this girl.
It's like a Twitch stream.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it, but I could see.
I mean, but here's the thing, dude. If you're watching porn, man, what are you supporting, dude? You trying to fucking marry this girl?
Hell yeah. No, I'm kidding.
The girls that you're paying the OnlyFans to, you know what I mean? Okay, yeah, you're supporting her. That's all good, dude, but...
They're making bank.
I mean, like, at the same time...
Do they need your support?
That means there's a lot. So would anyone in this room do it?
Like, Belle Delphine's about to get her own flavor of G Fuel, isn't she?
Like, look, would you ever pay for it? Have you paid for it? For anything?
For anything?
Me, the only thing I paid for was like a subscription on Tinder.
Okay. Well, that's not the same thing.
Yeah, it's...
No, like, would you pay for porn, pretty much?
I would not, no. Why would you?
What
right.
Waste your money?
Everything's
so
so widely available. I haven't. Yeah. But I have seen some content that would be on an OnlyFans account.
It has to interest me enough
via other means, through somebody else who has paid for one.
Right.
Taking that stuff and then sharing it with all their buddies.
Yeah. I've looked at stuff like that too.
Yeah, it's like.
So where I was going with that is like, because I wouldn't pay for it either. Like I said, I might do something like a YouTuber, but not that. But so everyone in this room wouldn't do it, right? But yet these people are rich. Like,
yeah, I mean,
there's a ton of people that are paying a crap ton of money,
and there are people who are absolutely okay with it. Are you guys okay with the idea?
100%. I support it.
Like the idea of women, rather than getting what we would consider to be traditional or legitimate jobs, to just take pictures of their feet.
It is a traditional job, though.
Okay.
It's not a traditional job. It is a legitimate job.
Oh, you're saying if I care that they're doing this?
If you care that they're capitalizing, I guess, on.
If anything, I'm jealous.
Right. Yeah, you should get one, man.
Nah, well, I'm not getting any.
No, but here's the thing. So, I think the fame. I think Belle Delphine actually talked about this. I can't remember where I found it, but it was like out of character, like she was talking about it, type thing.
She was talking as Mary Belle, not Belle.
Yeah. And she was saying that it's really a lot of work what she was doing. This is before she came back. Yeah. Right. This was during her break. Someone found this. And she was talking about how it was terrible, and if she could go back and do it over, would she? She said she wouldn't do it again. But meanwhile, she came back,
and then she made $100,000 in 5 days.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Nah, I mean, would I want my girlfriend to do it?
iDubbbz's girlfriend is doing it.
Oh my gosh.
I don't have a problem. Like, I don't have other people doing it, but would I want personally my girlfriend to be doing that? I'm like.
If my girlfriend wanted to do it, I would support her. I would support her, but. I don't know. Like, to me, I think it's like a pride thing. Like, I'd be like, yo, look at how much money this girl's making. She's mine. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's the opposite with pride.
It doesn't.
This is my girl.
Right.
You're not fucking seen that shit.
No, it's no one. It's
She's
mine.
for the internet now,
She's
Wesley.
Mine.
She belongs to the streets.
Nah, she's mine.
Yeah, some girl DM'd me. It was like one of those like, oh, like look at my bio, and you'll like what you see, and it was like one of those like subscription things. I sent her a picture of a bike, an emoji of a bike, and I was like, you should probably take that to go where you belong, the streets.
The
Oh
streets.
my gosh.
It's funny.
Ah, fuck, man.
Lewis.
So you wouldn't care if your girlfriend did
OnlyFans?
Yeah, or in that nature.
I would need to know about it first.
Okay.
Of course.
She would need to, you know what I mean? And because like, here's the thing. So going back to iDubbbz's girlfriend, she was talking about how doing it really helped her self-esteem, and like, it's literally a healthy outlet for her.
Is
you
it
know
though?
what I mean?
Like a lot of the internet, like this like self,
Yeah.
I don't know, bolstering of people's confidence and things. Isn't that kind of fake? It's all very artificial.
Oh,
Like
I
people
definitely agree
people
with
are seeking acceptance in all the wrong areas. And when you get on Instagram or you get on OnlyFans and you get to see all these people in your comment section or throwing money at you, in the case of OnlyFans, it only reinforces that the only way you're getting acceptance is to get naked on camera.
I don't
Isn't
think.
that a scene on Euphoria where a girl, she does some type of webcamming? To
Yeah.
boost her own like
She has
self-esteem.
she has terrible self-esteem until she gets on a camera and finds out that there are people on the internet willing to throw money at her.
Yeah.
And I
But
don't
you
think
have to
that that's
realize
healthy.
That works. I wouldn't say you don't.
I think
Look, if it's the way that you make yourself, like if you know, if it makes you feel confident, fucking do it. You know, you live a short life.
Right. I
You
mean,
know.
cocaine makes people feel good, does it?
Well,
Well, that can fucking kill you.
Right. I mean, I'm saying that
well,
not
but-
everything
but
that makes you feel
there is
good
a parallel.
healthy.
There is a parallel because. So I was gonna like with the fact that Delphine was saying that she wouldn't do it again. That was because the highs and lows of fame are like absolutely soul destroying. Like it's really really bad.
Yeah.
So like if it is healthy for you, because it could be. I'm not saying that it could or couldn't be. It could be healthy and like only have positive outcomes. I think that's a possibility. I don't not deny that in this specific situation because they are doing it for a productive reason. They're trying to make money, right? It's a job,
Right.
right? It's not I'm trying to be famous and I want everyone to like me. It's
like one of us. Like I'm not going to work to help my self-esteem.
right,
I
exactly,
need a fucking
exactly.
Yeah. You gotta put food
Right.
on the table.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I can see that, but you also have to think if you're looking at it like in that big picture way, it's just it boils down to like it just everything's contradictory then because okay, you have this girl making a lot of money because she's naked on the camera. Well, what do you think other girls that they're not doing this are gonna
Right.
feel
Now they're going to look at it.
and be like, I'm not good enough.
Here's the tragic thing. There was a girl that blew up on TikTok some number of years ago, and she was sexualized on her TikTok.
Oh no.
She was, she was also underage. So she took all of that off of TikTok, tried to do clean content, was not getting the results that she was looking for anymore.
Yeah.
And then as soon as she turned 18, she made an OnlyFans. As soon as she turned 18. Because at that point, she got the notion pretty early on in life that she doesn't have to pick herself up by her bootstraps and like actually figure out life. That if she can't put that kind of content out until she's 18, she'll just sit around until she's 18 and then put out that content.
That's terrible.
And you don't want to brainwash your kids into doing that kind of stuff. Like, how would you feel about your daughter turning 18 and saying, "I would like to make an OnlyFans account now"?
Yeah.
Or rather, she doesn't tell you, and you find out because some teenager in your neighborhood's like, "Bro, is this your daughter, bro?"
Yeah,
Ultimately-
dude. I mean, dude,
Ultimately, I'd have to support her. I think because think about so I'm kind of trying to draw a parallel to like other problems that kids don't want to tell their parents about.
Yeah.
So for example, me and my mom, we have this relationship where I can tell her literally anything in my life, and I do mean anything. Like
Okay.
I think it's kind of weird, but I love it.
Yeah.
Because like some people believe that a parent should be a parent and not a friend, but for me personally, I understand that there are points in my life where if I just went to her and explained my problems to her, she would have helped me in a very positive way. And because she wasn't my friend, she was my parent, I would never go to her for that type of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with that. I think there also has to be boundaries though.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, because you get if you're just being like you have to find that middle point.
Yeah, so when I say I would go to her with anything, it's obviously within reason.
Yeah.
But I mean, like for example, I don't do drugs, but if I were to do drugs, it would, for most people, they don't want to tell their parents they do that because it ruins the image of them. She's my parent. She's gonna be angry. You know what I mean? She's gonna be angry. It's gonna be all negative.
Yeah.
Right. Meanwhile, the reality of the situation is, if I just went to her with it,
She could help you.
she could help me.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah. Even if she might be mad, she might be pissed,
Yeah.
but the ultimate outcome would be a positive.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And if she was my friend, I might be more likely to go to her
Right.
for that. And relating that back to the OnlyFans thing, it's like, well, if my kid doesn't have that kind of relationship that they would hide it from me, then how can I help them decide whether they wanted to do it or not? You know, like if it's a healthy thing for them.
Right.
You know, and I don't know. Wouldn't have the answer either way, but I could still help them figure it out.
Right. I mean, and it's also, but it's crazy that line though, because it's like, let's say for me, right, if I were to consider, okay, yeah, I want to support my girlfriend to do this.
Yeah.
In me, there's no shot I would want my daughter to do this.
Yeah,
Right.
I know.
You know what I mean? It's
that's
like,
my gut reaction too.
you know, it's like, look, guys, like, listen. I mean, I don't know, and it's just with just generations. You know,
Yeah.
things that happen now
Right.
are acceptable now that you wouldn't fucking get away with.
I feel like there's a lack of consistency, that you feel like somebody else's daughter should be able to do that, but
not my own.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
porn.
what people say with
Like
well, yeah.
you think
You're beating your dick. You're like, that's someone's fucking daughter.
yeah,
yeah.
and you're completely fine
Soft.
with the idea of it, so long as you don't consider the fact that
It
that
could
is-
be yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is crazy. And what's the root of that?
Well, yeah, it's this fake. Everything's fake on the internet. Like you see all these
Yeah.
filters, all these girls with all these filters and all these things that they do to make themselves look better.
There's a barrier. There's a barrier. It's like I'm watching. There's a wall between me and the person that's actually there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
With the screen.
Yeah.
And like you see, as a young lady, you see all of these what you would view to be successful women on the internet doing these things and looking certain ways, and then you go ahead and you find all of the apps and all of the filters that you can to make yourself look the way that these people you look up to on the internet look, and you wind up doing things that like your parents might not approve of. And even though some people would go, well, even if your parents don't approve of this thing, you should chase it. You know, do what you think is right.
Right.
Well, your parents think certain things of it for a reason, don't they? Right?
Experiences.
Yeah, they've experienced people who do things that they might, you know, draw equivalences between what
Right.
they saw and what they see you potentially going down a path of,
Right.
and they're trying to keep you safe.
Yes, but they didn't live your exact life.
Right.
And they feel as though, because they've been there from the beginning, that they know what's best for you, and their heart is in the right place. They're obviously they're gonna try to even if it's ultimately harmful, they're going to try to do the right thing, right?
Yeah.
But that might not be the right thing for you, and that's what your other argument was, that like should you ignore their advice and do what you think is right? There's no right answer to that.
Right.
You know, like, because they think they know what's best for you, and most of the time they probably do. They're older, they're you know, but they are not me. I am not them. We have different lives. That's why I like the relationship with my mother specifically, because of that dynamic. Like, we disagree on a lot, me and my mom.
Right.
We argue, but it's not a argue like we're mad at each other. It's an argue like we're trying to understand each other, like actually understand each other, and have a real dialogue. And 9 times out of 10, one of us either switches the other side, or we're okay with it disagreeing.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it
I feel
doesn't
like
matter.
that's how a lot of
Or
arguments
like
should
the
go.
debate that we had.
Yeah, we had a debate a while ago.
A while ago,
We'll
that-
talk about that next time. We just got over an hour. We'll just go ahead and leave our names here. I'm David.
I'm JP.
I'm Lewis.
And this is Mateo.
All right, and this has been the HalfBaked podcast. Thanks for listening.